Welcome back to Kin in Line. This is part 47, according to my calculations. We're still back now at art school in these notebooks that I've just discovered. And this was quite interesting. Sketches of my carving that I did for my fourth year. So it was painting was my main subject, but I did this massive carving. This thing stood about 8 foot. And it's, this was drawn as it neared completion. And I then worked it into this was like a Christ figure, a very distorted face and body sort of. The bottom part was just the tree trunk left virtually untouched. And then it had this chest and arms. The branches became arms. So I did several sketches of it. I don't know what's become of the sculpture. It stayed at the art school, and I don't know, ever since I left there in 78, it's been there, or I don't know what they did with it, which is a shame because it was quite an interesting thing. I have some photographs that were taken of this final project by my late brother Ian, which I'll discover as I go through. I'm wading through about 4 suitcases of drawings. So that's why this process is sort of disjointed. So I then used the outline, the silhouette of this thing to create the other two figures that were on the cross, basically, with Christ, So, and I used what do they call them? Red, yellow, and blue, black and white as well, just to create these different shapes. The primary colors, that's the word. So this thing lived in Mr. Lugg's office for a while, and he used to stand with his hand sort of resting on this part of where the hips are. I think he quite enjoyed having it in his office. That's how it was from the back. So the one arm was kind of dismembered. That's how I have mounted it, or made a little plinth. And more fun with this light and shade. More chessmen. And this is how the other figure, so one was a positive and the other was a negative. So the pieces it was kind of like very hard plywood, I think, that I used. Here we have another drawing of it. And my sort of working drawings. Must have had good eyesight in those days to see these lines. Don't know if there's anything else in here. Crawford's Cabins. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Let's just close this one, and then I've got this last little drawing book which I think I stole from somebody else, because there are other people's pictures in here. What was that? Yeah. This is interesting. This was I wrote a lot of letters to the editor of the Daily Dispatch. So this was written in 78, that is. And I don't know why I never sent this one off, but this was a little attack on Mr. Malcolm S. He was the MP for East London North and later would join the PFP, but at this point he was still with the New Republic Party. Chess pieces. Oh yes, this is, okay, so first these are these chess pieces I made. And then there's this, another drawing of that thing. This was done obviously before I had completed it. And it's actually quite interesting because here it's almost like Michelangelo's slaves trying to escape the confines of the tree trunk. I almost enjoy this more than what I ended up with. Yeah, so that was my fourth year, part of my fourth year sort of project. And I think I'll leave it at that for now. And we're going to go back to the 90s when I'm out of the army, and let's see what happens then. Cheers for now.